Option 1 is going to be AM. Aftermath. And option 2 will be dogel. We have 5 minutes to get the predictions going, guys. There we go. And welcome everyone then to the first game of the set. Let's update this information. We have dogel, we have aftermath, set, and alright, we're good to go. I remember that when I was 15, I had studied around 2 years. Me and my family went to Barcelona. Now, I know there are differences in the regions, but I wasn't prepared for how large the difference was. I couldn't even order food at the restaurant, so fail. That's kind of awkward though, because usually you are taught, I guess it depends on where you get taught Spanish, but usually you're taught the Spain version, which is not really utilized in Latin America, for instance. But yeah, that would seem kind of awkward. You know, you should be able to utilize Latin American Spanish in Spain, and you should be able to utilize Spanish from Spain in Latin America as well, because we can understand each other. It's just that we speak it differently. Disappoint me, AM. All right, we have the first bet coming up. Could be a pretty close series. Who do you think is the favorite over here? Oh, Aftermath. I gotta go for Aftermath over here. I gotta lean in for Aftermath a little bit. You know, but interestingly enough, dogel is actually higher seated over here. I think I'm just maybe giving Liereyy too much credit. Aftermath has performed really well in most of the previous tournaments, especially in the 2v1 and the 2v2 tournaments. In the past, Aftermath's actually always come out on top. So that's something that's certainly going to skew my response a little bit, right? So I feel like I'm a little bit biased in that regard. But dogel is technically the higher seeded team, so I guess this could be kind of close. Then at the same time, we also had Salts as a higher seeded team before, and they struggled, right? So honestly, man, who knows? I just know it's going to be a pretty good series, no matter what, and hopefully it's going to be a close one. Hopefully we are going to get like a decider game 5 or so, but we'll see. Anyway, beautiful. There we go, Liereyy. The micro god over here already getting a villager down right next to the TC from the Gao, and we are past 5 minutes. We are past 4 minutes already, so there are no restarts anymore. So let's check. By the way, it's a nice tournament. I enjoy very nice, refreshing maps. Yes, yes. We have 5 different map pools, so we're taking a look at the Oceania maps here, but of course, we have gone through Europe already, we have gone through the American maps, we have even seen some of the Asian maps, and of course, as soon as we get some round 5 set schedule, we're going to have the African maps as well, which should be good. Let's check. Oh man, Lierey's going for it again! Can he do it? He's trying! He's trying! He's trying! Oh, but he cannot get it. That would have been sick if he would have gotten 2 villages with the scout. I was very close to a TC though. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that really, really makes me kind of, you know, err towards Aftermath over here when trying to come out with a favorite team. But dude, I haven't even started talking about the civilizations. We have Lithuanians for Miguel as a pocket player over here. We have seen Lithuanians in this position already a few times. And yeah, for Lithuanians, they're going to start with extra resources. It can make switch to water a little bit smoother, a little bit easier. They also get faster moving skirm and spearline units, as well as 1 extra attack on Knights and Liereyy units per each relic garrison. And taking a look at the relic distribution, actually he does not really have too many relics close home. Actually, he does not have a single relic close by. We have 1 relic over here closer to Heart. We have another relic over here closer to, or actually on Aftermath's side of the map, right? And then we have 1 over here closer to Liereyy. So 3 relics are already closer to AM, and then we have 1 over here on the left-hand side closer to dogel. I'm not really sure where the 5th one is, but it's certainly not going to be. Yeah, it's actually on Heart's side as well. So this is actually very Aftermath heavy. I wonder if we could do something to try and balance the relic distribution a little bit better, because right now like we have 3 surrounding Heart, right? And then the 4th one closer to Liereyy, only one relic actually closer to the Gale's base. But yeah, besides that, for Miguel, we're also going to have for Lithuanians 20% faster working monasteries for the team bonus. Meanwhile, the guy playing with Japanese will get faster working fisher ships that are also stronger, more resilient. Cheaper drop-off buildings, faster attacking infantry units, and then extra line of sight on galleys for the team bonus. Meanwhile, Liereyy+Hearttt with Vikings will get cheaper navy. We'll get also extra HP on infantry units, as well as free will battlefield handcart. And then for the team bonus, we have for Vikings also... for the team bonus, we are going to have for Vikings also cheaper docks. Finally, for hard playing Burgundians, which we saw already in the previous game on this map actually as well, they get access to eco upgrades 1H earlier for cheaper. Nice pick over here though from Liereyy, well done. Dude, he's done so much damage so far. 2 villagers. Incredible. That's not losing the scout, doesn't matter, probably not. Getting to the FLH already and going for navy means that line units are not going to be quite as relevant. So, yeah. Finally, for Burgundians, we also get Cavalier in the Castle Age. They get higher attack and gunpowder units. And then for the team bonus, they'll get food income from relics on top of gold income. So, you know, going for the relics over here is actually going to benefit Hearttt quite a bit. If he can get all 4 that are kind of close to his base, should be able to get ahead by about 10 villagers worth of resources income. Here we are. Amazing awareness? Absolutely. Sad thing about Group A? Yeah, for sure. Not too happy about it, of course, but I was talking to the guys the other day, and you know, if any team was going to go, I guess it's not the worst. Technically, Argentina A, they were some of the highest seeded players, right, for the tournament. They were one of the higher seeded teams. As a matter of fact, they didn't even need to play qualifiers. They just got invited directly to the main event. But they were put together only for this tournament. So it's not like an established team, right? Like, it would have been much worse if we had lost like Somi or Wipe of Palace or Aftermath or Game of Legion. So I guess it's not the worst. It could have been worse though in any case. So, you know, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Always gotta think of it that way. Hola, Pablito. Hi. Beautiful push over here from Liereyy. Well done. You have the third galley coming out over here for the gal. Very good unit control for Liereyy though. Notice how he chunks HP of that unit before going back. He's bringing a few extra galleys himself, so it's going to be 5 versus 5. Actually 6 versus 5 with the 6th one coming over from Liereyy and 5 over here, I think. Yes, for the gal. With good unit control, Liereyy should definitely be able to get a good trade over here. Meanwhile, down south, we're going to see Miguel coming over with scouts. So, Liereyy could not get the quick walls. So, will this actually work out for Miguel or not? He does end up taking 1 village down, but you take a look at Eco KD, and it's actually about 2-2 right now for the Gale. They were able to catch up a little bit. Well done. Let me take a look at worker or gather economy time so far. It's about 7 hours and 46 versus, yeah, close to 8 hours. So it's a little bit higher for Aftermath, just barely. Because of the villagers going down from the Gale earlier, right? We might have a few extra workers going down for Aftermath later, but that allowed Aftermath to already rack in a few extra resources. So beautiful. Did they quit because of the King of America's drama? The reason that was given to us, I'm not really sure if I should talk about in public, but I don't think it was related to that. No. At the very least, I did not gather that from what they said to us. Anyway, good defense over here for the Gao. Fantastic. And Liereyy, kind of struggling a little bit. He's bringing an extra galley, but that's only going to allow him to catch up, right? Well, he's gotten ahead now by 1. There we go. Do we have on the right hand side? Scouts coming over from Heartt. Beautiful. He gets one villager from Miguel already. Castle is on the way for Heartt. It's also on the way for Miguel. Very soon it's going to be on the way for Liereyy and for dogao for sure. They are racking up the resources. They should be on their way very soon. But this has gone in favor of Aftermath a little bit so far. A little bit more. Take a look at take a look at the worker KD, and it's going to be 5 to... Okay, 7 to 2 right now in favor of Aftermath. And they have gotten a hit in worker count quite a bit as well. So they were able to sustain fish and chip production at the same time as they were fighting on water and even on land as well for the pocket players. There we go. Gaslights here for Miguel. Gaslights here for Heartt. Meanwhile, over here, it seems like it's neck and neck still, man. It's just been so interesting to see. Alright, looking a little bit better now for Liereyy. The guy's gotta be careful. Yeah. Lierey's managed to get more units down over here as well with the units he's got left compared to the Gauss, so he's been able to sustain more of the older ones compared to the Gauss. So Lierey's probably coming out on top on the left-hand side. Meanwhile, over here on the right, see the scout go down for sure. Beautiful. And that's about it. Knight's coming over from Miguel. Seems like this was open. Yeah, it's open in front of the TC, but he shouldn't really take too many losses over here. What is that, a spearman or a villager? That's a spearman. Yeah, it shouldn't take too many losses. Now Heartt's got into the castle age himself. He's about to finish researching cavaliers, so these are so much stronger compared to Miguel's. Yeah, and that'll be about it. What do we have on the left-hand side? Yeah, pretty strong. Push from Liereyy. Beautiful. Yeah. Very good defense over here. As well from Heartt. Cavalier, he'll be in a much better position, of course. There's the fact that Miguel does not have easy access to relics. Did he even go for a monastery? He went for a monastery. But he's not managed to collect a single relic just yet, of course, and it makes sense. We got the upgrades, about to finish researching for Liereyy. On the left-hand side, he still retains a nice military lead. So yeah, he's going for Karina as well. How's the guy gone for Karina himself? He's not going for Karina, so this is going to make Lierey's army even stronger. This is so good. Oh boy. Here comes the engagement. That's a lot of cavaliers on conversions coming out, but it's not going to be enough. So on the right hand side, Heartt's coming out on top compared to Miguel. On the left hand side, it seems like Lierey's going to be coming out on top compared to dogao on water. So both on land and on water, it's looking great for Aftermath. For military count, they should be significantly ahead. Worker count, still looking pretty darn strong. Plus the extra workers they have had for so long. You take a look at gather economy time, and we have at this point about 16 hours and 11 minutes, I think, for the Gale. Meanwhile, for AM, we have actually higher than 17 hours of gather economy time. So wouldn't be surprised to see even both Aftermath players go up to the Imperial Age a little bit sooner, despite the worker count being kind of the same-ish right now. Hey Dan, hi, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Hope everything's going alright. We're got an incredible series here. Seems to be going really strong for Aftermath currently, given the current situation. We'll see what we get. There you are. Beautiful. The right-hand side. Here come the Cavalier. It seems like he'll be able to break through. He'll be able to take the stable down, but yeah, that's going to be GG even before the units get in. Basically, on the left-hand side, there was no stopping Liereyy over here. The Gale was going to end up losing so many fishing ships over here. It made 100% sense for them to call the GG over here, but it's been a fairly quick one. 26 minutes into it. Aftermath already up 1-0 against the Gale. Let's go and take a look at the achievements before seeing what we have available for games number 2 and beyond. For me, Terry, that's a very nice KD for Heartt. And interestingly, it's not quite as one-sided of a KD ratio as I thought it was going to be for Liereyy compared to the Gal, but of course, still going to be pretty good. It's going to be about 4-3. Meanwhile, over here is 3-4, right, for the Gal. So it makes sense. It checks out. For Heartt, he's going to be trading blows with Miguel. He does get a little bit better than 3-2 KD ratio. As a matter of fact, it's going to be more like 9-5. Meanwhile, over here, we are going to have kind of like 5-9 in a sense. So yeah, pretty well played. For economy, we're gonna see a stronger economy towards the end as well. There we go. And for society, you can see a pretty strong worker count as well for Aftermath. So let's go back. So I will have honey occasionally. I'll have eggs, but no dairy. Vegetarian without cheese, though, or used to be. Yeah. That's exactly what I am right now. Vegetarian without cheese. Anyway, what's coming out for the players right away. And yeah, this is the map that we were talking about just a minute ago. We're gonna have on the right hand side Miguel and dogao playing with Franks and Mayans. A very power combo over here. A very, very powerful combination of civilizations. And I'm pretty curious as to how this one is going to work out. It's not always been necessarily good. And for Liereyy and Mayans, for Liereyy and Heartt, we're gonna have Franks and Mayans as well. So I guess it's going to work out for someone. For both these civilizations, we are going to get starting with Mayans first. 1 extra village upon getting the TC out. They do begin with 50 less food though because of it. On top of that, we're gonna get for Mayans also 50% longer lasting resources. 10, 20, and 30% cheaper archer units in the feudal castle and imperial ages. And then on top of that, we'll have for Mayans for the team bonus a discount on walls. Heartt playing with Franks will get instead 20% extra HP on cavalry units starting in the feudal age onwards. We're gonna see for Franks also 25% cheaper castles, as well as 15% faster working foragers. And then on top of that, we'll also see for Franks free farm upgrades, while for the team bonus, they'll also get 2 extra line of sight on nightlight units. Okay, it's going to be Re. Alright. Yeah, exactly for 4 minutes in. I'm not really sure it makes too much sense. What's the TC location over here is not bad at all. Take a look at here on the right hand side. And this is not a poor location whatsoever. They did manage to get straight onto food as well. They were actually 1 worker ahead compared to Aftermath. I don't think this is too bad. Like, we even have a lot of gold available over here for Miguel. And a bunch of gold available over here for the Gal as well. So I'm not too sure about this. I don't think he lost any units, right? So what is that? Probably he realized that... No, he was collecting fish from here, so it was all fine. This was open on the right-hand side as well, so... I'm not really sure. I guess they probably do not like the position of the fish too much. Guess we're just going to go back and wait for the restart. Oh, it was... Oh my god, I got baited. You are correct, it's Liereyy. Damn you, Capture Age. It was looking really, really good for the Gale actually, but yeah, the spec chat over here got bugged out. I usually do spot this bug right away, but I just got baited. Rip. Anyway, I guess Aftermath does go for the Re, which makes a lot more sense. Yeah, they were in a much more precarious position, so... Like, it doesn't even know that it could Re. Oh boy. I once milked a mouse. Just wanted to put that out there since we were talking about dairy. Is that so? By the way, I've been thinking these last couple days about the possibility, I have not decided it just yet, but just the possibility of potentially eating scallops or mussels or oysters. Those are technically not plants, but they are so far away from the actual animals that you know, usually we consume, that I'm not really sure if it'll be too bad or not. I actually googled it, and it turns out that some people are vegan except for those specific groups of animals. But I'm not 100% sure yet. Oh, game is already on. Beautiful. Let's just go for it right away. Question: is it okay to drink mouse milk as vegan? No. Definitely not. Nothing from animal procedence or origin, I guess. As vegan, no. I am not vegan, but yeah. Scouts are amazing. They're pretty healthy too, and they, you know, for as much as we understand animals, scallops seem to be the kind of animal that does not feel pain as well, the way that we understand pain to be perceived, right? If they do feel pain in a different way compared to other animals, it could very well be a similar way compared to plants. Like, it's beyond our understanding currently, but yeah. I'm not really sure, actually. I still need to do some more research, but I've been considering it. Scallops, oysters, and I think it's called mussels, the other one, which is kind of like a small mussel. Yeah. Moule in French, apparently. That's also kind of the same type of thing. Oh boy. Guys, we talked about the civilizations already. We have a different start over here. Yeah, let's take a look at let's take a look at the player starting positions. Taking a look at the heart, since it's Aftermath who called the re at the beginning, we're gonna take a look at their map first and their TC location first to see if they're in a good position. So first off, yeah, Heart's in a pretty good position, right? We have berries available right away. He's got gold available right away. This is a beautiful TC location. He's got wood available right away over here as well. And yeah, the rest of the gold, the rest of the stone is going to be a little bit farther away, but it's still going to be fine. Predictions for game number 2? Yeah, sure. Let's go for it. There you go. It's open now. You have 5 minutes to get your predictions going. Meanwhile, for Liereyy, on the other hand, we're going to get for the bull player berries available right away. He does not have immediate access to gold in the sense that the TC is going to range it, but he does have some gold over here towards the right-hand side, left-hand side, so it's going to be fine. It's definitely a much better start compared to the previous one. They do not have any backfish. I guess we do have some shorefish over here, kind of backish, mostly to the south, right? But it's mostly sideish, I guess, at this stage, and I'm really sure Lierey's actually realized about it. He did, but then he sent villagers over to the front fish anyway, so okay. What about Heart? Heart's got fish on the right hand side, and then Miguel and dogao, they're going to be collecting from the right and left hand sides respectively as well, and it's going to be pretty comparable at this point. We're not going to see much of a difference in the teams in terms of access to resources. Now, village is coming up for Miguel though, significantly faster compared to anybody else. Seems like he's gonna be followed by all 3 players at about the same time. All 3 remaining players, of course. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Sponge. Hi. Cooking stream. I would need a decent phone first. because I have and you can Google this. I have a Samsung. What is the model of this thing? I have a Samsung. The model is GTS 5310M, and I think it's called like Pocket Neo or something. So yeah, maybe when I switch phones, and I'll also actually even need a new kitchen because, or like a new kitchen appliance, because the one that I have right now is kind of broken and very, very old. Maybe when I move over to Europe, I think so. Insert Samsung camera joke. Well, yeah. I do have another one that is a little bit better than that one, but for this one, for the other one, the camera actually does not work. This is a Samsung J5, I think. From 2015, very, very old. PLH is coming up. Yeah, a little bit later for Heartt compared to what I was expecting his uptime to be. But anyway, what is the PLH going to give Miguel? He's got a stable already up. He's got the first scout coming out over here. That's going to be the second scout total. Of course, he's got the OG over here still. Full HP. This is actually pretty good. Dogao's got his own scout here, his Eagle Scout. So with a overall third scout coming forward, this could be really, really strong for the Gale. They're just splitting up, so they're not going to try to do any damage. Well, Liereyy, on the other hand, is going to try to fast castle. We're going to see that being the case also for the Gale. We're going to see that being the case also for Heartt. Beautiful. There was already up over here for Heartt, and he should be on his way to the castle stage very soon. So, both Aftermath players fast castling and getting away with it for the most part. Nice quick walls from Heartt. He protects this. On the right hand side, we are going to see also Miguel trying to find any openings over here. But yeah, Heartt's actually done a really, really good job protecting this economy, so he's in a good position. Minus from 2017, no problems with this so far. A friend used to stream doggy walks with the same model and worked fine. Phones changed that much in a few years. Yeah, well, the one that I have from 2015, the camera doesn't work. And the one that I have from 2013, the camera does work, but it's garbage. Like, the phone barely works. And yeah, I thought of maybe buying... You know, I'm going to... My birthday is coming up in about like 3 weeks or so. And I thought of getting myself a new phone, but... Yeah, I'm not really sure which one to go for. I was waiting for the Pixel 6A to come out, right? The budget version. But it doesn't bring a headphone jack, so I'm kind of torn about it. Alright, there we go. Castellage will be here very soon for most everyone except for Miguel. In the end, he ended up spending the resources going for scouts for... Oh, this is good though! This is open! Oh, man. There we go. More villagers going down. Yes, sir. Wow, that is a lot of damage. We're gonna see another villager going down over here as well. Heartt's got scale barley armor, so this got so strong. He took all the villagers from Miguel over there. 4 kills already. Yeah. Neptune's gonna be getting ahead now in worker count for sure. Taking a look at resources. We'll see Lierey's been collecting stone. He's got the castle on the way now. Interesting. Yeah. I'm thinking of getting a Google phone next. Currently have Samsung. I was considering the Pixel 5a because it still had a headphone jack. But now the 6a, the new model, which is much better, does not have the headphone jack. And I guess it's not too much of a big deal. I could potentially just get a dongle, but I don't know. I just really dislike having to get an accessory for headphones. There we go. Castle gonna be here finally for Miguel as well. So far, Heartt's gone for the second TC, but getting to the Castle Age faster. Now we see Aftermath's getting a very nice villager lead, and from this point onwards, as long as they're able to keep up with villager production, they should be able to hold on to their villager lead. There are 2 TCs coming up for Miguel right away, for instance, but that's going to leave us on 5 TCs for the Gale. Meanwhile, we have about 4 TCs over here for Aftermath. Now, will anybody go for another TC? Nice pick over here. Beautiful. Nice. I thought about Xiaomi as well, Stur. Yeah, those are a little bit cheaper here in Argentina as well compared to like the Google phones. I was considering at one point getting the iPhone SE, only to have one device from each ecosystem. But yeah, the third generation SE is actually a big disappointment, so not gonna be going for that anytime soon. Yeah, Xiaomi might be what I end up going for. We'll see. Motorola is quite cheap over here in Argentina as well. But yeah. Pulmarch is coming now from the Gao. He's got his own castle. We have one castle for each player. Right now, Liereyy has 10 Pulmarchers. He should be able to hold on over here. He got caught off guard, so that's another village going down. And another one. What about Huawei? Huawei, they are not very expensive here in Argentina, but the whole not having Google services kind of thing, I'm not too appealed. I know that you can do it, but I just don't want to have to mess with it so much. But yeah, I know that the one's pretty good too. Oh, villager on the right hand side going down from Heartt. So the Gale, they are starting to pull ahead right now. If we take a look at EcoKD, they were able to catch up and even surpass, in terms of EcoKD, what Aftermath had done so far. That's going to be 9-4 EcoKD in favor of the Gale. And with the extra TCs we have as well, right? 3 TCs for both players over here. They should be able to keep up with villager production compared to Aftermath. So at the very least, it shouldn't be possible for Aftermath to catch up over here. And the Gale should be able to hold on to the lead. We'll see. There we go. The Gale gonna keep on roaming around. Scouts, Pulmarchers. Left hand side, Lierey's coming forward with the Pulmarchers. So far unable to do too much damage. Heartt's got some Knights over here, which are good. But the Gale's done a really good job of protecting themselves with extra TCs. The castle over here as well. We take a look at resources. And Miguel's even started to collect some stones, so he should be able to go for his own castle very soon. Remember, it's going to be significantly cheaper for francs, so it wouldn't be too much of an investment, and he will be able to provide further protection too. If they can hold on to their worker lead at this point, they should be able to click out to the Imperial Age very soon as well. Well, maybe not very soon, but significantly earlier compared to Aftermath though in any case. So a defensive castle would actually be very useful for that. Good defense for the Gao, good defense for Miguel. Well played! So far Aftermath's just been struggling to keep up in terms of damage. 9-4. EcoKD so far once again in favor of the Gale. Could potentially even see more villagers going down if Aftermath's not careful over here. Another castle on the way for the Gal. This is huge, guys. He'll be able to double his Plumed Archer production. He already has more compared to Liereyy. Doesn't seem like that's going to change anytime soon. Liereyy very soon should be able to go for his own castle, but it's going to take some time. There you are. Yeah, Aftermath's able to defend over here. It's fine. The Gale's play over here is not going forward and doing further damage. They've already been able to get so many units down right now with the second castle. We even see the Dogao+'s military production potential so much higher, being so much higher compared to Liereyy. So the next step, of course, is going to be for the Gale to go out to the Imperial Age. The Gale has a good amount of resources. He's got a good amount of food workers, not going to be quite as high as Hearttt, for instance, but he should still be able to get enough to go up to the Imperial Age in the next 3 minutes or so. Meanwhile, Miguel, on the other hand, is going to have to catch up, right? He's going for chain bar than armor right now. If he just plays defensive over here and tries to go for more economy, he should be able to go up very soon as well. Meanwhile, Aftermath, we're going to see Liereyy on a pretty good amount of food. Good amount of gold miners, but not enough for him to rack up enough resources to go up anytime soon. So yeah, like in the Gale's position over here, and that was a very good comeback since already the game was looking much better for Aftermath early on after getting some villagers from Miguel down on the shores, right? I'm gonna change the moment Liereyy engages micros the Gal's army to the grave. Oh, it's going to change. Let's check, let's check. There we go. We do have more Plumed Archers over here for Liereyy, but of course we do have some knights over here from Miguel as well. But we do have some knights coming over from Hearttt as well. The Gal's mobility with these Plumed Archers should allow him to take these units down, although he's just been prioritized and taking the Plumed Archers down from Liereyy. Well done. Or here in the end, we do have a higher HP pool still, though, for Aftermath with all these knights. Yeah, actually making so much of a difference. But good unit control for the Gal so far. It's getting very close to having enough to go up to the Imperial Age, and Liereyy is as well. While the Gal gets pushed away over here, the Gal's still going to retain the lead in military count. There we go, second wave of units coming over. You know, Liereyy, of course, he's managed to get the second castle up himself. He should be able to keep up with Plumed Archer production. But we do have significant more units right now for the Gal still. So, a big engagement over here could go in favor of the Gale. We're going to see these knights go down from Hearttt, will we? We do have more units over here, though, for Miguel and the Gal. So, they do end up pushing Aftermath away. Now, check this out. Imperial Age is on the way for the Gal as expected. Very soon, we'll see Liereyy click up to the Imperial Age himself, but interestingly enough, we're also going to see Hearttt go out to the Imperial Age, seemingly faster compared to Miguel. Gal's got the third castle coming up right now, yes. That's going to increase his production potential by 50%. Meanwhile, Liereyy, of course, still on 2 castles only. There you are. Beautiful. Castle's already up for Miguel. This is what I wanted to see. With some further protection, they should be fine against AM. We do see a castle come up over here for Hearttt as well. The players seem to be just mirroring each other. Miguel's gonna be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon as well, so it's kind of neck and neck. It will be a little bit behind compared to Hearttt, but the Gale, for instance, significantly ahead compared to Liereyy, so this could potentially make also a big difference. He's managed to get to 40 Plumed Archers. I'm pretty curious as to what the Gale will go for. He's got 1 barracks over here, and he's going for an archer range. I imagine that's because he did not have up until this point, like thumb ring, right? That's about it. Of course, from the castles, he's going to get Elite Pulm Archer, and then for the blacksmith, all the rest of the upgrades. Let's go, Miguel. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. How many Pulm Archers do we have right now for Liereyy? He's got 41. We have 48 right now for the gal. And he's got into the Imperial Age, so we should see extra upgrades coming up. So Bracer, Chemistry, he's got Bracer on the way. I'm not really sure if he's got a University. He does have, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to go for Ballistic. So Chemistry should be on the way very soon. He's just finished Research and Thumbring as well. Meanwhile, we take a look at Liereyy on the other hand. He does not have Thumbring. He's only now going for Ballistics. There we go. Imperial Age is here. Chemistry is finally on the way now. Meanwhile, Lierey's got Bracer, Conscription. He's got Chemistry coming up only now. Overall, still looking pretty good for the Gale, but right now we are in a position where we have so many military units for each team that one poor engagement, right, on one side could potentially change the game and switch things around. Right now, for instance, Hearttt and Liereyy, they are playing together. They are coming forward on the right-hand side. Gonna have Cavalier very soon coming over here for Hearttt. Miguel has finally got into the Imperial Age himself. He's got Cavalier, Plate Paladin Armor coming up, and he's got Chivalry on the way. I'm really sure actually if Heartt's gone for it. I don't think so. I don't think he's gone for it. Let's check this. No. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it for sure. Does he actually? He might actually have gotten it. Doesn't seem like the save was working significantly faster for Miguel right now. But yeah, one big engagement over here going in favor of Aftermath could definitely switch things around. So on the right hand side, we see villagers going down from Miguel already. This can be really, really good for Hearttt. Soon a lot with very, very little. This is very good unit control. Check this out. He's got 5 Cavaliers, 6 Cavalier roaming around. Just scattered around, taking a bunch of villagers down. Have a bunch of extra Cavalier coming over here from Miguel, though, to defend himself with, although he's going to struggle to defend the north part of his base. At the very least, he should be able to get these units down now. So, if the Gale can surround these Pulm Archers, can take down all of these units from Liereyy, they should be getting a significant lead at this point. So far, it's still kind of neck and neck. The Gale is still looking a little bit higher in terms of overall population, but this, once again, does not really mean too much at this stage. $253 viewers are watching this match on 3 streams. That seems like a very low amount of people, especially considering that Dogao and Miguel, they are streaming on their own. I am providing the only caster point of view, I guess. Very good cleanup over here from Dogao. Well done. This is what I was talking about. One big engagement can change things up. And now we have a massive lead for the Gale. Yeah. So I'm kind of surprised we don't have any more people covering this. After all, you know, given the fact that we have 2 of the strongest teams from the tournament facing each other off. Certainly seems kind of weird. Down south, the guy's coming over. He's got the most units. And it's going to be neck and neck. Paladin's upgrades on the way for both Hearttt and for Miguel. There we go. So many 1v1 tournaments. Yeah. So much stuff going on at the same time. Not going to get any easier now that we have qualifiers from Battle of Africa coming up as well. The right hand side. Yeah, still looking pretty good for the Gale. Aftermath's been catching up though a little bit. Wayne Chang still streaming for his Chinese audience with 500 plus too. He's streaming this series. Okay, so the spectator dashboard doesn't seem to be taking that one into account. Resurgence on at the same time. Lots of big casters covering that instead of this. Is that still going on? I thought it'd be over by this point. What are they in the third series, fourth series? Because that started at 14 GMT. That was a long time ago. Yeah, full pattern right now for both teams. We do have significantly more though compared to Heartt over here for Miguel. Overall, he's got 66 compared to 43 total. Full marches, we have 74 compared to 74 as well, so let's see. It's a slow resurgence. ACCM versus Jordan right now, what is that, the third series, fourth series? I don't remember what the other series was for today. Oh man, this is really good. While we saw earlier Heartt actually get a lot of damage down with a very small push, this is a very big push coming over from the Gale, doing a lot of damage now. They gotta be careful though. Committing to the castle over here with Paladin alone and getting surrounded by enemy Paladin is not the best way to go about these units for Miguel, so he does end up getting pushed back over here. How many Paladins do we have? About 33 over here and about 48, so now Heartt's got significantly more and it seems like they'll end up getting pushed away from here. Well, this is really rough, certainly for the Gale. They kind of let go on the lead that they had, although we do see a few extra Paladin roaming around Aftermath's economy. They might end up getting a few extra villages, but they'll most likely end up getting cleaned up over here. It was Dark versus Yo, Vinch versus Dal, Vilas versus Tato. So this is the final series of the day. Okay, I see. So by the time that's done, we're probably going to see either casters making a switch over, or maybe some raids or something like that. There we go. Good defense for Heartt. Yeah, and he'll clean this up for sure. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, some bloom arches coming over from Liereyy. It's incredible how Liereyy is able to not only hold on, but come back from a position like this. It was looking so much better for the Gale just a few minutes ago. Now all of a sudden, Aftermath's putting pressure. Sure, we only have a few bloom arches, but this already been able to get some good damage done. Military count right now is higher for Aftermath. They did lose a lot of villagers, yes. But also that was a very, very expensive military loss for the Gale as well. There we go, another castle is coming out for Heartt. It's gonna be the third castle for him, and this might be the longest game that we have seen on this map so far. Not 100% sure. I think we have seen one game that was probably comparably long. But it certainly doesn't happen very often. We already saw in earlier series. Games last significantly less than 30 minutes even. Here we are. Once again, another push coming out from the Gale. In Aftermath, they were able to get a nice lead in military over here. We're gonna see them start going for trade as well, as we already have some markets from Liereyy. We have some trade cards coming out from Heartt right now. Beautiful. Seems like it's going to be one of the first games in which we get to 800 population. Yeah, good job. Nice quick wall over here, though. From Liereyy. Fantastic. Ends up losing a bunch of villages, but he will end up cleaning this up from the Gao for sure. The right-hand side, extra padding coming over. They are playing divided. If you take a look at Liereyy and Hearttt, they seem to be playing as a team a little bit better. With all these units over here in the middle of nowhere from the Gao, he does end up getting cleaned up, which is very rough. Meanwhile, over here on the right-hand side, yeah, actually, Miguel on his own will be in a pretty good position. Wow, that's going to be GG right there from Hearttt. Well, he did not have too many paladin anymore. Did not really have the resources to keep on going for too much anymore. He did have, you know, a good amount of gold, a good amount of food, but it was going to be a big struggle. So the Gale, guys, comes out on top as Aftermath calls the GG over here. A little bit before 50 minutes into the game, we're going to see dogel matching Aftermath over here for points, so 1-1, and we'll see who gets the lead in the series once again after game number 3. I am rich. Let's check it out. We'll see for military then. We're gonna have a very nice KD over here for the guy. In the end, he gets very, very close to 3-2. And while Aftermath did a pretty good job defending themselves, in the end, the Gale was able to take advantage of their lead and suppress Aftermath's defenses, even if it took longer than it would have, probably against any other team. They do end up coming out on top now. Miguel, very, very close to 7-6 KD ratio. For economy, we do have a stronger economy for the Gale over here, especially towards the end of the game, as we had a bunch of villages going down over here in the last couple of minutes for Aftermath. The Gale was able to get ahead in work account, and yeah, from this point onwards, they were going to keep on getting ahead further in resources collected, of course, so we had some incredible momentum over here. Liereyy, I'm not really sure I would say. I think they could have kept on going, if that's what you're asking, but I don't think it was a bad GG. I think it was going to be an uphill battle, for sure. Let's go back. Okay, there we go. Game's on, beautiful. And then thought about the iPhone SE 2030, you know, 2022 edition, but it doesn't have a headphone jack either, which I'm not the biggest fan of. Score right now is 1-1, Aftermath versus the Gale. This one's going to define who gets the lead in the series once again. We don't have any reads available anymore. The only way in which we are going to see the game being restarted is if there is a TC war, but there is no TC war over here, so we're just going to keep on going. Guys, we have A and Z on the left-hand side, getting the TCs up significantly later compared to the Gale. At the very least, that should be the case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And for civilizations, it's going to be actually the same for both teams. We have Persians and we have Malians. There we go. We're gonna get for Liereyy with Malians 50%, 15% with discount on buildings. Then on top of that, we also get 30% longer lasting golds. 1 extra pierce armor and barracks units per age, starting in the FLH, up to +3 in the Imperial Age. And for the team bonus, they'll provide also 80% faster working universities, which can be very strong for things like not only ballistics, but also chemistry, which can take a hot minute. Meanwhile, for Persians, down south over here for Hearttt, that's also going to be the civilization available to the Gao. We'll see 50 extra food and 50 extra wood upon starting the game. We'll see twice the HP on TCs and docks that work 10, 15, and 20% faster in the field of castle and Imperial Ages. And then on top of that, we'll see for Persians also. There we go. Then on top of that, we're going to see also for Persians 2 bonus damage from Nylon units against Archer units. Hey Tempric, how are you doing? Hi, welcome. We're not going to have to match action early on. We already caught up to the game live over here, but we're not going to have to match action at the very least until the players get to the field age and start trying to contest water, right? But this map, the layout's going to be pretty straightforward. We do have a nomad start, and then we have 4 inner lakes, and then we have 1 outer water. The inner lakes are going to provide a good amount of fish. Nothing to write home about, though, for sure. Certainly going to want to get some outer water presence if you want to keep on collecting fish, like past Castle Age, for instance. Dogao's got the dock up north himself. He's got a TC down south, so he's going to be trying to contest this one, although I don't see any other docks over here. Meanwhile, Miguel, though, Miguel's got the dock up north himself, and he's all the way over to the right-hand side, so it doesn't seem like he's going to be contesting any of the center ponds either. And you know what? The guy's the only player going for one of the center lakes. Everyone else has gone for the outer water. So we have Heartt over here, we have Liereyy over here, and then we have Miguel over here. This could actually be really good for AM, depending on how they play this, as they have 2 players outside compared to only 1 player from dogel. Of course, there's always a possibility of dogel going for a second dock on the outer water, right? But it seems like he's just going to try to get lake control. Alright. Sorry about that. Village is finally on the way now for Liereyy. He hasn't really been going for too many fishing ships compared to everybody else is behind already. He's got 3 fishing ships. We have 5 even for the dogao. He's going for the 6th one right now. And it seems like the plan over here for Liereyy is to just go for full land aggression. Or is he going to try to get water control? If he tries to get water control on 16 villages, I'm going to be surprised if he actually manages to make it work. So what is the plan? He's got a villager roaming around. He's going to try to get water over here. Might actually want to, or might actually try to get water. We'll see. LG fanboy here felt devastated when I heard they are quitting mobile business. Best phone to get is a used V series. You know, man, I was actually a big fan of the V series LG phones myself. Back in the day, back in 2015, I actually imported a used V10 from China, which was, I think, the first phone ever to have a 2K display. But it was honestly a piece of garbage. It was so bad. The V20 was so much better. The V10 utilized a Snapdragon 808, I think, which was so bad. And V20, I think it utilized a Snapdragon 820, which was much, much better. The 808 had overheating issues. The phone, the battery on that phone, I tried to use it, and the battery on the phone would just keep on getting swollen, and it would keep on exploding, so I couldn't keep on using it. And I actually have it on my desk right now, or on the table right here at hand. It looks brand new because it's got almost no use, but batteries just kept on swelling. And well, yeah, of course now they just abandoning the whole thing. I'm not really sure if I would consider getting an LG phone anymore because of no support anymore, no updates, etc. So I'll probably just get something new in mid-range as opposed to going for a flagship. Anyway, feel it's gonna be here now for Heartt as well and for the dogao. So this is pretty good. Liereyy did end up getting the dock up over here. He's got a fire galley out. He's already been getting some fishing ships down, and we're gonna see dogao losing all these fishing ships for sure. He did manage to get another dock up over here towards the east. He's got more fishing ships coming out over here. So interestingly enough, despite Aftermath's very early push over here from Liereyy, the fact that he did not go into too many fishing ships himself, and the fact that dogao was also able to get another dock over here means that dogao is actually retaining their eco lead. And Castle Age is on the way for Heartt though. Interestingly enough, it's gonna be all the way down south over here, left to his own devices. It's got a stable already, so we're gonna see bloodlines, we're gonna see scale bar. The number should be going for it very soon. Once he gets to the Castle Age, this could be really, really annoying for Miguel and dogao to deal with. I'm not the biggest fan of Liereyy and Heartt being so far apart. Now it seems like dogao has realized where Heartt is. I think he's flared here. Yeah, yeah. How did he know, by the way? Did he just lose a... yeah, yeah. He just lost a hurtable. Beautiful. There you are. There we go. Castle H is here, ready for Heartt. Castle H will be here very soon for the gal. Compared to Heartt, he is behind the worker count a little bit. And Heartt, with a head start to the Castle H, is going to start pumping knights already. He, interestingly enough, he's going for the War Galley upgrade, so it seems like he's going to try to get water control at the same time as he's trying to get the land push going. He's not going for scale battling armor, he's not going for bloodlines, he's not going for any upgrades for these knights, so it seems like he's going to be focusing mainly on water, and then the only thing he's going to do over here is just going for, you know, all the knights. And see if he can find any free picks. That'll be about it. Beautiful. Extra TCs coming out for the gal as well, second and third. Meanwhile, we had the second TC only coming out for Heartt. Well, getting the War Galley upgrade should put him in a pretty good spot, though. He's got fire ships to work with compared to fire galleys, and at this point in time, the gal is the only player who will be able to contest water. But because he's on the lake over here on the right hand side, yeah, it's just going to let Heartt get full water control outside. Which once again is going to be a much better source of food for later stages of the game, because these lakes do not have quite as much food themselves. Oh, nice pick though! Liereyy doesn't have losing one villager. But yeah, you know, this is a very, very precarious TC location for Liereyy. So Heartt getting full water control outside is certainly going to buy Liereyy some peace of mind as well. Otherwise, even with war galleys, we will most likely see the TC go down and whatnot. Galley upgrades coming up now for Miguel as well. And well, you know, galleys will scale much better. He does have a good amount of units over here. So yeah, if Heartt's unable to get full water control over here, this could be really rough, as they might end up losing the TC to war galleys. He's going for it. Check this out. This is so good. He's got to take it. We don't have any villagers over here. And he's going after the TC right away. So is the TC going down faster than the Castle H is coming up? Well, he started attacking it when the Castle H was about 50%. And he's gotten to 20% now. But he's lost about half HP of the TC. That is not the best unit control over here for Miguel whatsoever. Was not paying attention too much over there. Yeah, and he's going to save the TC from Liereyy. Well done. This was communication, and I'm kind of wondering what voice chat was like for Liereyy and Heartt over there. Good defense for the Gao, and well, so far, so good. Dogel, they are significantly ahead in military count. Everyone's already in the Castle H, and Dogel's been able to keep up with worker count as well, so They are looking very good. Lierey's only now going for extra TCs. He's got 3 extra TCs coming out right away. Miguel's been collecting a lot of resources. In terms of stone, he's been the player collecting the most stone, so very soon he'll be able to go for a castle himself. And, you know, being so close to... yeah, being so close over here to Hearttt, we could potentially see a castle drop come up eventually for Miguel. What happened with the Argentina team? They said that they couldn't keep on going. They were not going to be able to complete their series, so withdrew from the tournament. So they withdrew from the tournament, and all the sets are getting invalidated, and all the other teams are getting 5-0 scores for those ones. How many sets did they play, actually? I remember the European maps, for sure. But I don't remember very well. I think I remember they played also on Americas as well, didn't they? It's defense. Yes, gotta be careful over there, man. Oh, good shot! That definitely could have been a little bit stronger for him, for sure. The guy probably would have ended up losing most of the camels over there. There we go. Beautiful. There you are. That was pretty good as well. In the end, though, the Gale is still holding on to the lead pretty well, despite the pretty interesting defense over here from Hearttt so far. And while I'm very interested to see if Miguel can drop a castle over here around Heartt's base, what I'm mostly interested in right now for Aftermath is what will Liereyy do now that he's got the resources to go for a castle himself, so he's going for an outpost forward. It seems like he's going to try to put pressure against the Gal, probably. Probably. There we go. Yeah, duck's going down, so Heartt's not gonna have access to this wood, to this water anymore. Does matter? Probably not. Interesting. Heartt's actually trying to go for a TC over here closer to Lierey's base. This is probably already a contingency plan from him. I guess it could be. But you know what? I'm really sure that's going to be the best thing. Since he's going down for Liereyy. Yeah, and the castle's coming up over here from Liereyy. That's actually the second castle for him. He's going up to the Imperial Age. However, the guy's going up to the Imperial Age himself a little bit earlier, so the Gale's looking pretty strong. I was not expecting this to be the case necessarily. I was expecting if this series was going to end up as 3-2, for instance, let's say, that Aftermath was going to end up taking 3 games in a row, back to back. and then dogel could potentially come back, or maybe like 2 games for Aftermath, and then 1 for dogel or something like that. But now, in game number 3, we're gonna see dogel get the lead. Certainly seems like it's going to be the case. There's still definitely a lot that can happen from here till the game is over, and the military count over here is substantial for dogel. But with good unit control, good decision making, Aftermath could potentially come back over here. I don't think it's an impossible position to come back from. However, dogel certainly looking much stronger at this point. In terms of overall population, they're ahead by about 25% or close to it. Yeah, and there we go. Imperial Age is here for dogel. So what do we see? We see a castle come up. You have a castle on the way over here for Miguel as well. Both players will be able to go for cherishes very soon. Miguel should be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon, and yeah, dogel's already there. Meanwhile, Liereyy is going for the Beta Warriors. There you are. Beautiful. On the right hand side, we're gonna see another castle coming up over here for Liereyy, but I'm not really sure if he'll be able to hold on to these for very long though. There's a second cherish coming out over here for dogel. And Liereyy does have cherishes coming out himself as well. He knows about the castle, so he's utilizing both these castles to get trebuchets out ASAP. This is pretty rough though. Dogel's got water over here. I'm gonna see, yeah, Miguel pushing from the south, and Heartt's taking a lot of pressure over here, man. He cannot do anything. What a control can be so important. And I think I mixed the players up earlier when I said that dogel was not here anymore. Dogel is actually still at the center, and it certainly seems like these DCs up north for Hearttt were a little bit of a contingency plan from the very beginning, but this might actually not work out too well for him. I mean, check this out. He's going straight into the war galleys. Oh boy. They're just going down by the minute. Basically, Heartt's economy over here is going to be completely idle. 39 out of 62 villages anyway are completely exposed. There's so much damage they must do to compensate. That is starting to look like a very unrealistic outlook over here for Aftermath, right? The PLH over here for Miguel as well. Aftermath's going to have the only player left in the Castle Age. And that means for dogel, we are going to get access to Cavalier, potentially Paladin. For Miguel, we get, you know, a bunch of upgrades available for him as well. He could potentially go for Farimba Cavalry. He's got the Beta Warriors coming out instead, so it's going to be kind of the same army composition that Aftermath's been going for. Well, not really the same, because Heartt's been going for camels when he's been going for land units. And now it seems like Liereyy is actually going to go for heavy camels themselves, so this might actually not be quite a mirrored army composition. But yeah, dogel is so far ahead right now. There is the only hope left for Aftermath Z. Do we have any villages left over here? Yeah, he was sending all the villagers over to the left-hand side. The Exodus! It's not the first time that we see this in this tournament. We have seen so many times villagers just getting pushed away from one base over to the other side, and you just gotta love seeing all these villagers walking in line. Looks like an ant line in a sense, but yeah, the guild's looking great. They have treasures to work with. We have Cavalier over here to work with as well for dogel. He's going right up against the Beta Warriors. The Beta Warriors should work much better over here as long as we have some sort of beach chill, and we see the heavy camels over here from Liereyy. But once again, it's going to be a 1v2 position. As you can see, we see the Beta Warriors coming out right now for Miguel as well, so we are going to have a much stronger army for dogel to work with against the only player going for military right now from Aftermath. They're still struggling to queue the, or to mass the units up though. Take a look at dogel, and he's got 4 stables. He's got them working overtime, but it's going to take some time for him to get to a good amount of units. No Paladin upgrade on the way just yet, but he's going for it right now. Well done. Paladin's gonna be so lethal. There we are. Beautiful. So the better warriors coming over from Miguel over here. Liereyy does realize, so he tries to garrison the villagers, but it's already very, very good pressure from Miguel. Just going to alleviate some of the pressure that the guy's been under over here. Yeah, we see more better warriors coming out right now for Miguel. So how many castles do we have for both these players, for both the Malian players? We have 4 castles over here for Miguel. We have 6 castles here from Liereyy. So 50% stronger production potential for Liereyy for sure. But yeah, I mean, once again, it's going to be up against 2 players. With the Cavalier roaming around right now, taking on Heartt's remaining base over here. There is nothing left to take, so now we're going to see the Dogao go up north. Potentially take on the better warriors over here from Liereyy, and then eventually, ideally, go up against Lierey's base. They should still be in a pretty good position. Interestingly enough, though, Aftermath's push over here and Lierey's push specifically was so strong that he allowed for Aftermath to catch up in villager count a little bit. Now, it's still looking very one-sided for the Gale, especially for military. That's going to be the case right now with all these Paladin coming forward from the Dogao. The Lierey's catapult, nothing short of a miracle here for Aftermath to keep on going, and the Gale's looking so good. The cast coming up right here from Miguel as well. It's going to be the 5th cast for him, and that's got to be GG as Liereyy calls it right away. Aftermath loses game number 3 as the Gale takes it. They will get the lead in the series, and now only 1 out of 2 games they got to get in order to win the match. Of course, Aftermath's gonna keep on trying. Obviously, they're gonna want to get the match themselves as well. No matter who wins the match, regardless of the 4th game's result, we are going to have 5 games no matter what. For me, Chardain, that's a very nice KD ratio for Miguel. Absolutely fantastic. Better than 3-1, sorry. For economy, we do have a stronger economy as well for Miguel, Dogao. And then for society, we're going to have a stronger society count at the end for the Gale. It was a little bit higher, and they ended up losing a little bit over here to Lierey's push, right? But they were always able to hold on to it, so well played. Guys, welcome everyone then to game number 4. We have Meltdown. The Gale's playing up north. We're going to see Aftermath playing down south for the civilizations. Miguel's playing with Cumans. The Gale's playing with Tatars. Down south instead, we're going to see Liereyy playing with Tatars, and we're going to see Magyars over here for Heartt. So we have 3 different civilizations, starting with Tatars, which is going to be repeated for both teams. We're gonna get for the Dogao first off, and for Liereyy, of course, free Thumbring, free Parthian tactics. Then on top of that, we're gonna see for Tatars also 25% higher damage against enemy units when fighting from higher elevation. Besides that, we'll see for Tatars 50% extra food from herdables. We're gonna have also 2 additional sheep underneath each new ability TC, starting in the castle age onwards. And then besides that, what else do we get? Alright, so besides that, we are going to have, let me check. For Tatars, for the team bonus, 2 extra line of sight on cavalry archer units. And that'll be about it. Meanwhile, taking a look at the rest of the civilizations, we're gonna find that for Magyars, for instance, for Lierey's teammate, Heartt civilization is going to get a 15% discount on scout line unit production. On top of that, we also see for Magyars, villages who can kill wolves with 1 strike. For Forging, Iron Cast and a Blast Furnace. Then for the team bonus, finally, we're gonna have for Magyars also 2 extra line of sight on food archer units. Up north then, we already talked about the Gal civilization. Meanwhile, Miguel civilization instead will be Cummins, which means he can go for a second TC. In the FULH. He can go for siege workshops in the FULH from where he can train battering rams. On top of that, Cummins will have access to the Capture Ram upgrade in the Castle Age, and then in addition to that, we'll see 5, 10, 15% faster moving cavalry units in the Field Castle and Imperial Ages, as well as a 75 with discount on archer ranges and stables. So yeah, we see a Drash coming over from the Gao already on the right hand side. We have no aggression coming up from anybody else. Tend to lose some more points with predictions. Oh, predictions, right. Let's enable it. Who wins game number 4 then? Beautiful. Oh. I think somebody's ringing the bell, actually. I am alone at home. Guys, give me 1 second. Yeah, just 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I don't know who that was, sorry. But they just seem to be ringing everyone's bells. Predictions are on still for about 4 more minutes, guys. For anybody who wants to play. Option 1 is going to be Aftermath, I think? Or is it option 1, dogel? Well, right now it seems to be fairly one-sided. And it's actually going to be favoring... Let me check. Oh, wow. Never mind. It's not one-sided anymore. Now it's actually... I mean, still one-sided, but not by quite as much. Gotta pay attention. The volcano will attack your units. If you're not careful. As a FULH is here already, militias were not really able to do too much from the Gao whatsoever. Instead, we'll see scouts coming over now. Heartt's going for scouts. Miguel is just going for full economy right now, so the Gao's gonna be kind of left to his own devices for a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Good job. Get some militias down over there. Now he can keep on putting pressure up. So the Gao's units do end up going down. In the end, it's going to be left on only 1 spearman to defend himself with. Both these scouts from Heartt will not even be all of it because we had 2 additional scouts coming forward. Now, if he can come in once again, that'd be really good, but it seems like the guy was able to hold on over there and wall up. Beautiful. Yeah, good pressure coming up from Liereyy. They're trying to prevent the Cuman player from getting too far away, and Liereyy is actually putting the most pressure against him right now. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, of course, going to be the Gao, trying to defend himself against Heartt. This is Aftermath's second home map. If dogel ends up taking this one, it's going to be kind of discouraging for Aftermath, I guess, but they're still going to have to go for game number 5. Now, if dogel does end up taking this one, that's going to be actually a huge win. Taking the missing games in their enemy's home maps is Nothing short of fantastic. Overall, the KD is looking a little bit better for Aftermath. It seems like there is a pause. Okay. Yeah, but it's still very close, of course. Gale's starting to pull ahead in villager count. So there's a lot more damage that Aftermath's gonna have to do to prevent the Cuman player from getting ahead. Hey, EPTV? There we go. Miguel had to pause apparently, but now we keep on going. So I'm pretty curious, is the resurgence still going, or has everybody taken off already? Because at this stage, I would imagine, I would have thought that the final series of the day would be over already, and that we would have more casters joining over to cast these games as well. Because I mean, dogel and Aftermath, come on, it's an amazing series. Does the volcano have ballistics? Yes, it's got ballistics, so you gotta be careful. Projectiles are overall very slow though, so there is usually enough time for the units to change direction on their own, but if you are not careful over there, you can eventually end up taking a little bit of damage. Still ACCM versus Jordan? I see. Thank you, Tony. It's in game 3 of the last set. Alright, so you could potentially go for even 2 more games, right? If they do end up playing the entire set. So, I'm pretty curious, is Jordan casting Rex of his own gameplay right now? That sounds interesting. Nice pick over here though, well done from Heart. Beautiful. Yeah? Wow, I wonder what he says. Does he like cast as analyzing his own gameplay and saying what mistakes he made and stuff in retrospective, or just casting as if it was a stand alive game? I'm gonna have to check that out. Might see another villager go down over here. Yeah, not quite as much. Castle Age is on the way now for both Aftermath players. They are significantly behind in worker count at this point, because of Miguel's economy, of course. Plus the fact that they are going up a little bit earlier, of course, allows also even dogao to pull ahead a little bit in economy. He cast himself in the third person, being very careful not to spoil future moves last weekend. Okay, that seems interesting. Alright, there we go. Bloodland's on the way now. As well for Heart, so we'll see a switch to Knights. This can be really strong. Only now the Castle Age is on the way for Miguel. So it'll take some time before he's able to defend himself against the upcoming pressure. Meanwhile, we're gonna see dogao going up to the Castle Age very soon as well. But they are, on average, as a team, significantly later to it compared to Aftermath. There we go. Yeah, crossbows now for Liereyy. So much stronger compared to anything that dogao's got available, of course. He's got Thumb Ring for free with his civilization. Meanwhile, Heart's got some knights coming out. He's got a monastery as well on the way, and then he's got an extra TC. Now, this is going to be so that he can collect the relics at the center. We do have a lot available over here. If you play your cards right, you should be able to go with a few cavalry units, just bait the volcano and allow your monks to collect the relics in peace. Anyway, though, this is a very good push. That's going to be a villager going down over here on the wood line, and a lot of pressure, and another one. So far, dogao certainly been the punching bag of the team. It's falling behind the village count over here. Still struggling to get to the castle edge. Beautiful. And there we go, Castle Edge is here for the dogao. Finally, but man, this is already so damaging. That's a lot of villages exposed. He's trying to go towards Miguel's camels so that he can defend himself, and Miguel's going to bring the camels over. And what does Hearttt do? Yeah, he should bail. He's waiting for Lierey's crossbows though. You know, this is very interesting. The dogao ended up sending the villagers over to the desert. So if this does end up going in favor of Liereyy plus Hearttt, they could potentially still go and collect the villagers, but yeah, the dogao doesn't seem like he'll be able to save these guys for too long, and there we go, more villagers going down. Now finally, good defense over here with the dogao own crossbows coming back. He's able to protect the rest of the villagers, but he's already taking a lot of losses. He's gone down to 27 villagers. We have more knights coming over as well, a second wave of units coming over from Hearttt. So whatever damage the dogao took, that might not be the end of it. Miguel instead is going for the 30C himself, and if it weren't because of him, the villager count over here would be extremely one-sided in favor of Aftermath. Yeah, he cannot go forward like this. He's gotta send cavalry units. He's gotta send cavalry units, and he's gotta bait the volcano into attacking cavalry, otherwise this happens straight to the head. And overkill. Nice defense over here for Liereyy. Beautiful. Or offense, I should say. Yeah, he's the one actually coming forward. Check. Yeah, there we go. This is the way you do it. Send your knights, just try to micro around, and then you can send all the monks you want to collect all the relics you want. The relics we have, man, we have a bunch over here. It's going to be 16 relics available, which can make a huge difference, of course. For any standard civilization, it's going to be worth about 20 villagers worth of gold income, you know? That hole is a door from hell? Kind of is. Here we are. Yeah, good defense over here. This time around, good defense for Liereyy. And Aftermath's been able to catch up for the most part. You see, worker count still a little bit higher for the dogao. That's not going to be the case for much longer necessarily. Now the dogau's push over here against Heartt's going to get met by Heartt's own knights cleaning these crosses up, so that was not the best engagement for the dogao. They have fallen behind in the military count. So now that we are getting to a good amount of Tatar cavalry archer, this is going to put Liereyy in a pretty decent spot. We do have Tatars for the dogao as well. He's not in a position to start going for military units whatsoever. He's got a single TC. He's got 38 villages compared to everybody else. He's half dead. So now that means that Miguel's gonna be kind of in a 1v2 position, so to say, at the very least until the dogao is able to come back. It's gonna be certainly a struggle for him, going for extra TCs elsewhere. Let's see. There we go. Beautiful. Miguel's at the very least able to keep on putting a little bit of pressure over here so that he keeps focus of the game around the Aftermath side of the map. Which obviously helps the dogao come back a little bit and prevents his own economy from taking too much damage. To be fair though, given the amount of cavalry archers we have right now for Liereyy, he doesn't really need to worry about this too much. It takes about 30 cavalry archers to one-shot a fully upgraded knight in the Castle Age. It takes about 24 to one-shot camels in the Castle Age. He's got more than that. He can one-shot these guys as long as he's got, you know, obviously thumbring and ballistics, right? He does have thumbring for free, of course. And he's got ballistics, so yeah, he should be able to one-shot camels over here. And I think it should be a little bit more assertive. I think Liereyy should be a little bit more aggressive over here so far. He's been playing defensive for the most part. We have only seen a few pushes, a few raids, but it's not done too much. Meanwhile, the dogao, out of the blue, coming out with a bunch of crossbows. Shouldn't really be able to get too much damage done over here. We're gonna see. Especially with the manual coming out over here from hard siege workshop, the dogao gotta be careful. Sitting around the siege workshop over there is going to be borderline suicidal, of course, so it's going away. Yeah, Lierey's bringing all his units. This has been extremely effective for the dogao at keeping Aftermath's focus back home. This shouldn't be the case at this point. I'm pretty sure Hearttt should be able to defend himself just fine, and Liereyy would have been able to go forward and put pressure against Miguel just fine. However, we'll see the Imperial Age coming up for both Aftermath players. We'll see Imperial Age come up for Miguel very soon. He's going for a forward castle. He'll wait to go up in order to go up to the Castle Age. Yeah. Nice push. Right hand side. Yeah. Nice push over here as well. This one should get cleaned up though. And it will. There we go. You have so many counts over here. If we have the same amount of units but knights, that TC will be kinda gone at this point. Well, it'll be going down so much faster in any case. Miguel's still struggling to even get the TC down to half HP while still taking a bunch of losses from crossers and cavalry archers. And yeah, on the right hand side, actually, the dogao kept hard busy for the most part. This is pretty good. Yeah, and dogao's holding on like this. This will be significantly harder once Aftermath gets to the Imperial Age. With both players going up over here, we're gonna see first up Tatters for Liereyy. Go for a heavy cavalry archer. You're going to get also Parthen tactics for free. You could potentially even see silk armor, of course, and then for Hearttt, on the other hand, well, he's playing with Magyar, so there's only one way forward, right? That's going to be Paladin. There's Imperial TC. Oh yeah, good catch. This is the Imperial TC. Interesting. Supposed to go in from the furthest back one. It's still fine though. He's getting to the Imperial Age just in time. Now the CC can go back. Can go down, no problem. And both Aftermath players are getting to the Imperial Age, so there's a castle coming up over here for Liereyy. He'll be able to go for trebuchets with, of course, and try to get the castle down from Miguel. He'll be able to go for a bunch of extra upgrades. We'll see right now chemistry coming up. We'll see bracer coming up as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see, of course, heavy cavalry archer come up since he's got Path and Tactics for free. Potentially even Silk Armor now that he's got a castle on the way. Yeah, Miguel trying to be aggressive with another forward castle. Very unlikely to go up. Calculated, of course. Right hand side, here come the Knights. Oh, that's a good amount of units. No, he's got Cavalier. This can be huge. That's a good shot, though. That's a big one. With all these Cavaliers surrounding crossroads, they are forcing these crossroads into choke points, where these Magnus will eventually clean those units up, of course. And that is another good shot. Beautiful. Yeah, the crosses do end up getting cleaned up. So now, what do we have left for the Gale? Well, the Gale is dying right now, losing a lot of villagers. Once again, he's walking into the desert. He's going for another exodus. He's pushing to the desert. We see Aftermath significantly ahead both in economy and in military, and while Miguel might be able to get some push going over here, he's got the Paladin upgrade coming up and whatnot. Liereyy now's got heavy cavalry archer, just finished upgrading. We see Paladin coming out for Hearttt, and while Paladin is also on the way for Miguel, that's not going to help the Gal survive over here any better, of course. Miguel ends up providing the units to his ally to defend himself. To defend the ally, rather. He'll end up probably falling behind himself, of course, with no defensive units whatsoever. So we'll see. There we go. Beautiful. And more villagers keep on dying, so now down to 40 villagers. The Gal's in a pretty precarious position. For castles coming out for Hearttt. On the left hand side, we have 3 cherishes over here for Miguel. We have 3 cherishes for Liereyy. You know, we have Paladin for Miguel. Probably won't make too much of a difference. Now, Liereyy should be able to get out of here. He's cleaned out the Cavalier of the Paladin, and now he'll go and take the cherishes down. Now, he did end up losing his own castle too. But he's still in a pretty good position, and now sending the cherishes out, he should be able to take this one down and start chipping away at Miguel's defenses. Without any castles left to work with anymore, Miguel's going to have no fortifications anymore and will be relying only on units. So there we go. Cherishes goes down. Next step, Lierey's going to pack this up, go forward, take this castle down. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, Heartt's going for a forward castle that he got pushed away from by Paladin from Miguel. But once again, he cannot go for everything. If Miguel tries to defend the Gal, he'll run out of defensive units himself. And now we see the cherishes coming forward and taking the castle down. Because shoulders must hurt from all the carrying. It's going to be the Gal's turn soon enough. Don't worry. They're gonna be switching. Beautiful. Yeah, good defense over here for Hearttt. Well played. Left hand side. This castle's about to go down. We do have some Paladin coming over here. Only 2 cherishes left though. Yeah, and it seems like he'll get pushed away. Wow! Good defense. Miguel's actually doing pretty well overall. In spite of everything. He's actually doing pretty well. I mean, take a look at the right hand side. It's keeping all of Heartt's Paladin busy. On the left hand side, it's actually able to push Lierey's pushback, which is amazing. There we go. Seems like this castle's going down for Liereyy again. Unbelievable. The gal, I can't believe this. Miguel's taking a bunch of villages down from Liereyy. Dude, what's going on over here? Miguel cannot be doing this much damage with such a small amount of units. 21 villagers going down over here from Aftermath to 4 Paladin. Yeah, you know what? It could be even much worse. It's gonna keep on moving forward. Meanwhile, Heartt's bringing some Paladin over to defend. But yeah, Miguel's in a beast mode right now. I mean, take a look at that population. Only the same population. Are you kidding me? How is Miguel in this game still? The guy's coming back. It's going out to 80 villagers himself. You know, I've heard that's going to be the same village count as Liereyy. He's still, of course, 1 HP behind compared to the bull player, but baby steps, man. Let's see if Heartt can do as much damage as Miguel's been able to do so far. Cast is being denied over here from Liereyy. My lord, man. I just don't know how on earth Miguel's been able to hold on for so freaking long. Playing camels would be great. You know what? Actually, they would. Yeah. From Liereyy, that'd be fantastic. He would have to go for Timur Siegecraft. Did that upgrade change name, by the way? I don't remember if it got its name changed before or not. But yeah, we rarely ever see it. You know, Flaming Camels got buffed a little bit as well. So they are a little bit more viable. No way, man. No way Miguel is taking him freaking Liereyy. I'm going to lose my mind. If dogel ends up taking this game, I'm just going to lose my mind. Thank you, Raziel. Appreciate it. Miguel, yes mate. Fetch yourself some tea. I got this. Certain seems like it a little bit. Unbelievable. Beast molding it out. For economy, he does retain a good amount of gold miners and stuff. A good amount of farm workers as well, food workers. You take a look, for instance, at Heartt. And Heartt's got access to Paladin himself as well, but he's got 5 gold miners. He's got a good amount of food workers for sure, but I guess should be able to sustain Paladin production significantly better. Now, we're gonna see a switch to trade. There's a guy also already gone for a market over here. We're gonna see a market on the left-hand side as well for Miguel. Beautiful. Yeah, this was really well made from the Gao, by the way. Going for the stone walls over here, completely missed this. But he was able to prevent Heartt from getting access to extra resources. Yeah, and he's got Paladin over here as well, so he'll prevent even the Rams from breaking through. This puts Heartt in a very precarious position. He's got 6 gold miners. You take a look at Miguel. Miguel's got 31 gold workers. That's definitely going to be the resource bottlenecking your production potential at this stage, and of course with Miguel getting significantly more gold, should be able to keep on going for more Paladin as well. Meanwhile, Heartt's got 7 Paladin and no more Paladin on the way. Actually, as a matter of fact, just going for pikemen at this point. And Lierey's struggling, man. He's producing cavalry archers left, right, and center as much as he can, but it's going to be a similar position for him as well. With only 9 gold miners, there isn't really a whole lot for Aftermath to go by over here. And I can't believe my eyes. The Gao is going up to the Imperial Age. Miguel has managed to bring the game back. We have a higher villager count for the Gale going to have a comparable military count, a little bit lower for them, but significantly higher army value though in any case. And yeah, now with the Dogao getting to the Imperial Age, of course, finally, that's going to put the Dogao in a much better position still. So yeah, he's got some cavalry archers coming out right now. Check this out. He's going for bloodlines, right? He's got right now Balkinaro already. He's got to go for leather archer armor, and of course, once he gets to the Imperial Age, bracer, ring archer armor, chemistry, not in that order necessarily, of course. And yeah, he'll be good to go. A heavy cavalry archer, of course, and he'll be good to go. Unbelievable. This is one of the hardest carries that I have seen in a while, man. Miguel just hopped the Dogao onto his back. And he's looking great. There we go. Finally the pattern get cleaned up over here. Might not make too much of a difference. Now the Dogao is finally gonna start putting some pressure on himself too. Let's get into the castle. He's got leather archer armor. So yeah, he's gotten into the Imperial Age. What do we see then for the Dogao come up next? We're gonna see chemistry right away. We're gonna see bracer right away. He's got Parthen tactics for free, so the only thing that he's missing is ring archer armor and heavy cavalry archer. Notice how Heartt's forced into a cavalry switch right now, a light cavalry switch, which is not going to be that good. Miguel's also going for light cavalry. He doesn't seem to be collecting quite as much gold anymore, although he does have plenty of gold available. It seems like it's just going to be for raiding around. But yeah, now the trade's been on the way already for the Dogao for a little bit longer compared to Aftermath Z. That's eventually going to start paying off a little bit sooner, of course, compared to Aftermath. Beautiful. Heavy cavalry archer is about to finish researching. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. He's got it. So now these units are significantly stronger. You know what? 15 cavalry archers. You can one shot light cavalry like no problem at all. Especially with the choke point over here. Heartt doesn't seem to be realizing. It's cavalry archers in an even better position. Down south, meanwhile, Miguel's coming in with padding. This is huge. We have some pikemen over here from Heartt. Not going to suffice, of course. And Turkish is coming over from Miguel, pushing against Liereyy. Fantastic position. The Dogao is very soon going to get to 200 population himself as well, which was just unthinkable about 15 minutes ago. But yeah, Miguel's been able to keep it up. So we'll see the castle go down over here from Liereyy. We'll see more paddling coming in by the minute for Miguel. And without any fortifications left for Liereyy to defend himself anymore, it's gonna be left on only heavy cavalry archers over here, which gains a good amount of padding. Probably not going to suffice, we'll see. There we go, and the castle crumbles. Yes, sir. He's got it. There we go. Clear those population than the gal? Absolutely. Once again, the gal's gonna get 200 population very soon. To be fair, Miguel's also on lower population compared to the gal. He's been struggling to keep unit production going. He's getting raided over here by Heartt, which is how he's struggling to keep on going for Paladin. He does have a good amount of gold. He just does not have too much food right now to work with. Good defense for the gal. Yeah, and trade's finally going to come up for Aftermath after a very long time. We'll see. Yeah, the markets come up on the right hand side. We're gonna see the markets come up on the left hand side, down south over here for Liereyy. Pikeman upgrade here for the gal. Beautiful. Very good raid coming up for Aftermath over here on the right hand side. Heartt certainly being a key player in this instance of the game already. All the raids he's been going for made it very difficult for Miguel and the gal to keep momentum, so Aftermath's now being able to catch up a little bit. Population is about the same for both teams, a little bit higher actually for Aftermath currently. Yeah, there is no telling actually who's coming out on top here. We certainly have some momentum over here for Aftermath getting the push going, and they've not been playing defensively for too much in a while. Let's see Halberdier coming out right now for Liereyy finally. And yeah, it's going to be a matter of who can get trade going the fastest. Hey, we see herbal medicines coming up for Miguel. Nice. Thinking about protecting those valuable paladin inside castles. Probably. Yeah, I should be thinking of it for sure. Beautiful, good amount of cavalry archers here still for the gal. And that's going to be kind of an issue for Aftermath. We have 50 fully upgraded heavy cavalry archers for the gal. He even has silk armor as well, so this is like really strong. This guy's already going to be on +5, +7. So these cavalry archers are super good. Defensive cast is coming out for the gal, which is pretty good. It's going to help alleviate some of this pressure. It's going to help provide defenses to the trade potentially too. Yeah, with some good unit control over here, should be able to hold on against these units just fine. Like cavalry from Heartt, they go straight through though, but Miguel's got some camels over here to chase the units with. Are these heavy camels, by the way, or are these standard camels? Seems like it's going to be standard camels only. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, we have some cavalry archers from the gal. We have some paladin over here from Miguel. Miguel's trade counts starting to look very, very healthy. It's going to take some time for Heartt to get there. You must only get standard camels? Oh, is that so? Makes sense. Yeah, that explains why I never saw it. Correct. Getting to 400 population for each team as well, very soon. Beautiful raid over here from the Gal. Getting to the trade line will make it impossible for Aftermath to keep on getting gold from these trade cards. Not like they have too many anyway. But yeah. Taros have the best camels, flaming camels. That is true. Both things are correct. They do not get heavy camels. But they do get flaming camels. Good pushback over here on the left hand side. Aftermath starting to fall behind significantly in population when it was looking better than 300 for them just a few moments ago. The Gale's push over here on the left hand side, on the right hand side as well, is going to be enough for AN to call the GG as dogel gets game number 4 on Aftermath's home map. They will take the series. We have one more game to go for. We'll take a look at it in one moment. Let's go and take a look at the achievements first. What do we get? We're going to have for military then a very nice KD ratio for Miguel, and the end's going to be better than 3-2, and it's kind of necessary for him to get good trades in order to keep the game going for so long, right? But this was an incredible comeback. Check this out. We had a massive military lead for Aftermath several times, especially around here. But Miguel was just able to hold on for so freaking long. Oh! Confusing the civilizations over there. Yeah, it's just the architecture set. It's looking the same, so I got confused. But correct. Kumans don't get heavy camels. Taros get flaming camels. Yeah, imagine making a mistake. Let's see. 50% economy. Stronger than that. For Aftermath over here. For society, well, it's going to be pretty good. We're going to have a much stronger worker count for the Gale towards the end. And this is actually really interesting, because it just goes to show how effective the Gale was at holding on over here. Potentially coming back even while collecting the last resources, right? Of course, a lot of that's going to be just dogao being dead for so long. But Miguel did so well over here. Check that out. On his own, he managed to collect so many extra resources. It's incredible. So let's go back. Wait for the next one. Welcome everyone then to the next game of the set. The final one. As Aftermath already has lost the series, they are playing right now for points. So what do we get? We are going to have Japanese for Liereyy. We're going to have Lithuanians for Hearttt. So let me get this straight. Hearttt picked Bohemians. And they picked Lithuanians for him? That doesn't seem like the worst civilization to go for on a map like this. At all. Whatsoever. So yeah. Kind of curious about it. Not really sure what the logic behind this. Maybe they just wanted to be fair again. Kind of similar to how Gamer Legion also went for pretty decent civilizations for their opponents when the same happened to them. Maybe. But yeah, for Japanese, Liereyy is going to get faster working fishing ships. 5, 10, 15, 20% faster depending on the age. Then on top of that, we'll see for Japanese also twice the HP on fishing ships and plus 2 pierce armor. On top of that, they'll get a 50% discount on drop-off buildings and 33% faster attacking infantry units starting in the Castle Age. Starting in the Field Age, sorry. The team bonus will have also... Oh man, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with... Yeah, luring like this. But yeah, then on top of that, we'll also get, for Japanese, for the team bonus, 50% extra line of sight and galley line ships. No, since there was confusion on the new civilizations, Miguel also changed to Italians, then Hart could choose whatever he wanted. Okay, okay, I see. Beautiful. Yeah, he's getting it. Nice. So we talked about Japanese, let's go and talk about Lithuanians real quick. For Hard Civilization, he's going to begin with 150 extra food upon starting the game, which is pretty good. Besides that, we'll see for Lithuanians also 10% fast moving skirm and spearline units. We'll get, for the team bonus, for them 20% faster work in monasteries. And before I forget, actually they also get 1 extra attack on knights and light units, but it's really garrison. Up to 4 relics, so up to 4 extra attack. For which the faster work in monastery actually comes in quite handy. Now we do have a good amount of relics over here, so if you can collect that, that's going to be so good. On the right hand side then, we're gonna have Italians for Miguel, a 15% discount to go up to the next stage, as well as a 15% discount on fishing ships. We get 20% cheaper gunpowder units. They're going to have a 33% discount on university and dock upgrades, while for the team bonus they'll provide access to condottieri from the barracks in the Imperial Age. Meanwhile, dogao then playing with Vikings over here is going to get first off 20, 30, actually 15, 20, and 20% cheaper Navy units in the Field Castle and Imperial Ages. Is going to have 20% extra HP on infantry units, as well as free wheelbarrow and free handcart. For the team bonus, we'll also see for Vikings 15% discount on dogs, and overall that's going to allow the Gale to go up a little bit faster. Between Italians and Vikings over here, we're going to see the Field Age come up like really quickly for the Gale. And interestingly enough, we'll see Miguel send the villager and the transport ship over to try and get another dock up over here and take advantage of the outer fish, which is so much better compared to the inner fish. Beautiful. It's going to be the case also for the Gao up north. And then on the left hand side, what do we get for Hart? Yeah, he's going for the same as well, and so is Liereyy. So everyone, after just basically no time, everyone's just aware of how this map works at this point, and they are able to adapt their strats to it and get the most out of it. There we are. Feel it's gonna be here much later for Liereyy, which means we could see some good damage done over here from the very beginning for Miguel. He's already sending some galleys forward, and there isn't really a whole lot of distance between the players, you know, on this map. Beautiful. Should be able to get some of the finish ships over here. Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's also gone for standard galleys, which are so much more effective, as they'll still take fishing ships down with only 6 hits, as opposed to fire galleys, which take significantly longer to get fishing ships down. So this is extremely effective from Miguel. Well done. Lierey's got fire galleys coming out. But you know, we already are getting to a good amount of galleys over here. Miguel plays his cards right. Should be able to hold on against fire galleys on his own just fine too. Let's take a look up north. Beautiful. Yeah, Galleys going down over there. Probably shouldn't have been the case for Miguel, but it's still fine. Doesn't that pushing the fire galley away? He's got more galleys coming over. He's got the fire galley actually coming over, plus extra galleys. So should be able to keep on putting pressure up and preventing Liereyy overall from still collecting resources from water, which is going to put Liereyy in a pretty precarious position in terms of economy. However, he will be able to go up to the castle age a little bit sooner. And we'll take a look up north over here. We haven't gotten so much action. Still all the fishing ships are there for the gal. Still all the fishing ships are here still for Hearttt. Nobody's getting much of a lead at this point. Here we are. Here we go. The right hand side. Yeah, good push over here. Let us bring the one fire galley over to push Miguel's units away. He managed to sneak this one, as for the most part Miguel was actually paying attention down south. Yeah, but he actually managed to sneak two fire galleys over here, and that's gonna be putting a lot of pressure against Miguel. So what do we get for Liereyy in the castle age? He's gotten the war galley upgrade. He's turned into fire ships. So Miguel cannot do too much over here, even with standard galleys. He won't really be able to do too much, given the numbers he's got right now, given the fact that these fire ships are so much tankier compared to fire galleys. There we go. Yeah, Lierey's coming out on top over here, so Miguel cannot do too much. He's only now going to be able to go up to the castle age himself. Meanwhile, Heartt's going to be in the castle age very soon. That's going to leave both players from Aftermath up in the castle age significantly earlier compared to the Gale. There we go. Can anybody tell me what the situation is between ACCM and Jordan for the resurgence? I'm pretty curious. There we are. Beautiful. Right hand side. Yeah, push is coming over from Liereyy as well. Keeps on roaming around, trying to find some good damage. He might be able to get some damage down over here. Although the Gale does have a much higher amount of galleys compared to Miguel, he should be able to hold on even over here against fire ships, given the sheer amount of units he's got. Oh, it's not happening anymore? Okay, thank you. That's what I was kind of curious about. So yeah, anybody who might want to keep on casting Age of Empires, of course, they are going to have the choice to jump into this one. Thank you, thank you for the heads up. So I'm just kind of curious if we have any extra casters covering this. Seems like not. It's 4 streams, so we have one on YouTube, and I imagine that's probably Juan Perotti. And then we have 362 on Twitch, which is probably me, dogao+miguel. Just wanted to check to see if anybody made the switch over to Terranova Duos. See? Wow! Snape Snaps! Hey! Welcome back. Long time no siege, girl. Hope everything's going alright for you? Who's this? I don't know. Who's asking? Yeah, it's overall looking pretty good for Aftermath set. So even though they have lost the match already, getting the 5th game over here is still going to be good for points for them, of course. It's the most points they can get after losing a match. We'll take a look at what the standings are looking like afterwards. But yeah, this is huge for the Gale, of course. I think up until this point, Aftermath was undefeated, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. I'm doing well, Snape Snap. Thanks so much for asking. Pretty hard not to be doing pretty well when you have freaking Aftermath and the Gale playing a tournament of yours. That's a nice pick over here with the Monk and 2 villagers going down. Yeah, and good push for Heartt. So now it's not only going to be a lot of pressure on water, but also we're going to see a switch over to land aggression too. Which means Aftermath will start gaining ground. On top of water. Sad to see AN getting wrecked here. Well, they are looking pretty good for game 5 at the very least. But what we saw earlier in the series was just an incredible performance for the Gale. As a matter of fact, I think game number 4 might be one of the most impressive comebacks that we have seen in the tournament so far. And yeah, probably the second most impressive comeback. Or one of the 2 most impressive ones. But yeah, it's still looking pretty good for Aftermath over here. If they do end up taking game number 5, that's going to be 2 points for them, so it's not too bad. There we go, conversion's coming up, and he get it. He's not getting it. He can try. He can, but yeah, he ain't getting it. Doubts that comeback and clearing? Yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking about as well. The thing though is, I'm not really sure game 4 over here will qualify as a comeback. I mean, one of the players came back, but the other player wasn't on top all the time. Compared to anybody else, but well, anyway. Taking a look at resources, the guy's coming with a 4 castle here. That's gonna be very interesting to see. The Gale's able to get ahead now in military count a little bit. Miguel's bringing a few monks over here. He's gonna get the conversions. Well done! Finally, after taking a lot of damage earlier, does end up making the monk play work. Should be able to get the castle up. Beautiful. Is he gonna try to come in, actually? Trying to figure out what to go for the castle. He's got it over here up north, on the left-hand side. Nice conversions over here from Heartt. Still though, we should see the Dogao being able to place the castle probably around here if you want to. This will be huge, of course. Not only will he be able to push villagers away from these farms, but also he should be able to take the fortified tower plus the TCs over here. And gain a lot of extra ground. So he's trying to go for it. There we go. Well done though, check this out! Heartt's actually denying the castle with a house foundation! Well played! So what do we see? We see Dogao going for the castle elsewhere. He's gotta be careful over here. That fortified tower is going to have enough range for him to target all these villagers. Plus the DC, of course. Yeah, very cool to see you host another tournament. Thank you. There's a lot more coming up. as well. That I know is not even done. But I can just tell you there's going to be a lot more content coming up too. Beautiful. The castles come up. There we go, nice conversion over here from Miguel. Well, with the castle up, he should be able to take the TC down, the fortified tower down as well. The Gales managed to come back over here as well, but it was looking much better for Aftermath just a few minutes ago. Now the Gales being able to catch up for economy and for military. Liereyy will be in the Imperial Age significantly faster compared to anybody else though. And what does he have to show for it? He's got 11 fire ships. He's upgrading to fast fire ships right now as well, which will make these so much tougher to deal with for the Gale. Plus bracers coming up to upgrade his crossbows, of course. Soon to be arbalisters, I presume, given he's playing with Japanese. And now that he's got a castle coming up as well, he should be able to go for traps too. To potentially push the dogao back from here. There we go, TC goes down. Still one TC left over here. Still the fortified tower is gonna be left over here for the time being. It's got more rams coming over. So the fortified tower is most likely not going down. But very soon, this castle might crumble to Lierey's trebuchets. Coming forward very soon, of course. He's just built it. He just built it, there we go. Another castle on the way for the dogao. Yeah, I do know about this one. We have Bracer already. Chemistry is on the way now for Liereyy as well. He certainly won't be able to deny this castle. Will he? Actually, I think he might be able to. That's a lot of crosses, you know. He can one-shot these villas. And that will be GG! dogel! Well, they were able to come back over here a little bit. They do end up getting shot down by Aftermath, who takes game number 5. Gets 2 points in the set, although dogel still won this one. Aftermath's going to get the most points they can get while still losing the set. Let's go and take a look at the achievements before hopping out and checking the standings for the group. For military then, a very nice KD over here, higher than 5 to 2 for Liereyy. Absolutely plowing through anything dogel went for at this stage. Of course, in the Imperial Age was significantly better for him too. We do have a stronger economy as well for Aftermath towards the end of the game. We're going to see over here a higher worker count towards the end. While it was very close for the last 5 minutes or so, they managed to get a little bit of a lead over here, and there was some momentum going for them, right? So they have an upward trend that would have allowed them to get significantly ahead in resources collected anyway. So let's go back.